Scrubs, we are back reacting to another episode of Storybooth animations, guys. I will link them down below. Check them out. Let's get into it. I'm gonna be your Dr. Bijuu today. The first video we're gonna be reacting to is I Love Truth or Dare, but too risky. Had to quit. Ooh, that makes me want to click, okay? I dare you to leave a like.
Let's just say Truth or Dare is my favorite game. It's intense, and it's a super...
What? I dare you to drink pickle juice?
And it's a super entertaining game. I'm the type of player who would always choose Dare and never Truth.
Well, of course not. No one wants to pick Truth, because if you pick Truth, you gotta say something. They're gonna like, do you actually hate me? Why aren't you saying anything? Truth is like not fun anyway, because it's always like, do you like them? Huh? Do you like that person? Huh? Are you gay?
You are gay.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, of course. I'm just saying that's the only thing you can really do with Truth.
Intensity.
Oh. What are you, from My Hero Academia?
But anyways, I love Truth or Dare. And I'm not trying to brag, but I am a monster.
Oh, you are bragging though.
And I do mean crazy. I've licked the seat of a toilet in a boys' restroom, walked into the boys' locker room during school.
You mean this is not taking it too far? I take it back. You're the queen of Truth or Dare. Lick the toilet seat in the boys'... I dare you to lick Clarence's butthole. Okay, don't do that. He doesn't have one. In case you ever wanted to know. Not that I've looked or anything.
Asked out a 6th grader I didn't know, and don't worry, they were for money. But
and for money?
Sorry, that was loud. But one day in 9th grade at math class, don't remember what caused this, but one of my table mates, let's call him Billy, brought up a topic about Truth or Dare. Then I commented, oh, I'm a Truth or Dare master. And he did not believe me. Then Billy and the other table mates dared me to go into the boys' restroom. And one of my table mates tried to scare me and say, the walls are glass, so we can watch you. Pretty cool, huh? Our school has glass walls.
Excuse me? What? Your school has glass walls in your restroom? What kind of freaking weirdo school do you go to? You just see someone in there sitting on the toilet? Hi, Storybooth. That's against the law. Is this a joke? I hope so.
So I gave my group a thumbs up and took the hall pass, walked out of the classroom, then stood at the entrance of the boys' restroom.
Oh, it is glass.
I turned around and they were watching me.
So
I held a double thumbs up and walked backwards into the restroom. About 1 minute later, I walked back into the classroom, and my teacher knew, and she got mad.
Yeah,
and
you know?
That destroyed me because she was one of my favorite teachers, and I was a great student in her class.
This girl moonwalked into the boys' restroom. I bet she noticed when she moonwalked in there that there was no couches. I'm still mad.
But did that stop me from playing Truth or Dare? Nope. Later during lunch, I saw Billy and a few friends of his. I told him to dare me something, and he said,
jump into the trash can.
Jump into the trash can.
This is like something on Vine.
Okay,
I feel like a Vine challenge or something like that.
Dares. I didn't think about how the garbage bin was in a spot where it was so visible the entire cafeteria could see me. And also,
that ain't
Billy
gonna
was
stop
probably trying
you.
to trick me into throwing myself away. So, I took off my backpack dramatically, not being sarcastic, and put both of my hands on the trash can, and put one leg in there, and then the other one. I know Billy said jump, but the bin had wheels underneath.
Yeah, that would have been all bad.
His friends freaked out. Then I gave them the peace sign, and when I tried to get out of the bin, it slowly started rolling, which was really embarrassing. And as soon as I got out, a teacher walked up to me and questioned me.
It's like on Yandere Simulator when you get, what are you doing? It would have been funny if it wheeled back into the boys' restroom.
In the next class, I realized how awkward that moment was.
I mean, there's gotta be a point where you gotta stop.
I couldn't focus in work the rest of the day because of how embarrassing that moment was. And yep, I regret it.
In the yearbook?
And I officially quit Truth or Dare now. Thanks for listening to my story, people.
Okay.
Be sure to play friendly games.
Play friendly games, like leave a like on Bijuu Mike's video. It's a game. Do you get a prize? Find out. I've only played Truth or Dare a few times in my life. I've never really done anything all that crazy. Like I've prank called some people here and there, things like that. But I don't think I've ever done crazy things like that. I would never lick a toilet. Me plays Truth or Dare at a party. Everyone at the party, I dare you to leave. Alright, the next one we're gonna react to is I began to lose my vision, then went completely blind. Now this is something that like is a fear. It's a big fear of mine, okay? I mean, especially because I wear glasses, you know? It feels like sometimes that I'm getting more and more blind, but it's always, you know, I feel like people's fear. You don't want to go blind. I mean, there's so many things you want to see, and it'd be so hard to imagine it.
When I was 14, I was diagnosed with a rare eye disease called retinitis pigmentosa, which causes blindness. Losing my vision at 14 was so scary as I was already going through lots with
so you weren't born like that. Okay.
And just the overall stress of the awful school I was in. The darkness literally caved in around me, taking my peripheral vision first before closing in and taking the remainder of my vision, leaving me with only light and shadow perception. This caused me to spiral into depression. I guess a lot of people didn't know how to react, so they weren't nice to me, which added to my mental health issues. I had to go to therapy at least once a week. Both of my moms wanted to move me to a school for blind kids, but that would have involved moving to a different country. And I didn't want to leave.
That would be so tough.
As terrible as my school was, I didn't want to leave my friends, and moving to a different country where I'd be completely alone was such a scary thought, and I didn't want to add to everything I was going through.
Yeah, I mean, it's already bad enough that you can't, like, see anymore, which is, like, it's terrifying. I feel like I would be the same exact way, because, like, there's so many things that is so hard to do, you know, and like, obviously if it did ever happen to me or, you know, happen to people, all you can really do is look at the bright side of things, you know, and just kind of make the most of it. Like, I mean, God, that would just be so tough. And then on top of that, to move to a different country, so you're blind and alone. Like, no, that's not good. I mean, I feel like your friends would definitely be understanding, right?
I eventually won the argument, but I was treated so differently, and I needed to be treated differently because I was blind. But people acted like I was incompetent at everything.
Should I carry you? Should I carry you? Is that what I should do? I can just carry you. It's fine. I definitely wouldn't carry that. But like, I imagine people that are like disabled probably have the same thing. It's like, I don't want to be helped at every turn. Like, there are things that I could do by myself where you kind of go through this feeling of everyone feeling very sorry for you and you don't want it to be that way. And it's hard. That's people, you know, especially people that are nice, you know, they want to help you as much as possible, but it's just like, you know, I could see both sides.
I was the first blind kid in my school, so no one really knew how to handle me. When I was first diagnosed, I learned how to read and write Braille, yet this wasn't acknowledged and no one let me do anything for myself.
It's probably hard to find like Braille books and stuff,
the options I had chosen for my GCSEs, but I could still do both. In drama, my group were all confident in me and our performances didn't suffer or differ due to my disability. In music, it was frustrating as no one believed I could do music without sight. But I actually came on top of my class with my piano and singing. There's
a few really, like, extremely famous people that are blind. I think they were blind from birth, too. Why would someone say that? Like, I can't remember their names off the top of my head, but they literally made a movie about one of them. I just can't remember his name.
For every exam and test I had to be sat in a different room with a person who I had to tell my answers to, and they would write them down. This was so hard because I would get so nervous and I wouldn't be able to get the words out right. I would never finish a paper.
Aww.
I did get an adorable guide dog called Poppy, though,
Aww.
which was when people started paying attention to me more, just because I had Poppy with me. Now I'm 18 and people have started realizing I'm still as capable and strong as I was before. And while I can't do some things that rely on sight, I'm still capable of everything else and I'm still human. My family, friends, and girlfriend don't care that I'm blind. They love me as I am, and that's what matters. Just because I've lost my vision, it doesn't mean I'm any less capable than someone with sight, and neither is anyone without eyesight.
I'm really glad that you're taking this like the best way possible. Like, I'm sure like anyone would go through these phases of like, oh man, that sucks. Like, you just think like, oh, I'm missing out on so much, but you know, you kind of just, you know, with life, you just take what's dealt, you know. Sometimes people they're dealt different things and there's nothing anyone can really do about it. So the only choice you have is to just keep on going and take things the best that you possibly can and show that, hey, I'm not worthless. There's so many things I can do. And not only that, but I'm sure being blind as well can cause, you know, you have to listen more. So that gives you skills that other people could never have because they would never know. They would never try to do those things if they, you know, if they weren't blind, you know. That's what I think about, but that's really cool. It has a good ending. I'm glad that everything worked out. I'm really glad. Now, the next one we're going to be reacting to is finally accepted for being albino. Now, I'm white. Pretty white. I mean, I got the freckles, the whole 9 yards, and like sometimes I could seem pretty freaking white. Basically, I don't go out in the sun a lot. And admittedly, I've been doing a lot more than I have before, but still, I mean, obviously, I'm not that white, but you don't really, I feel like you don't see a lot of albino people. I think it's just like is it a skin condition? I really don't know much about it, but I have seen some people. You know, albinism is a lack of pigmentation in the eye, skin, and hair. It's an inherited condition resulting from a combination of recessive alleles passed from both. I don't know what that is, but apparently less than 20,000 people per year are diagnosed with that. It's really interesting, honestly, but I'm sure that, you know, because you look slightly different from other people, you know, that's probably not exactly always easy, but I mean, there's always going to be people out there that are horrible, you know.
I was born with a disease known as albinism.
Oh, I've been saying it wrong.
It's when your body has a lack of melanin. If you don't know what melanin is, it's a thing that gives you your hair color, your skin color, and your eye color.
Oh, okay.
Which, since I didn't have any,
that means
my hair color was white, my skin color was white, and my eyes were purple. So, when I was a kid, I got bullied.
Purple eyes? That actually sounds really awesome. Holy crap, is that her real eyes? Low key though, that looks freaking awesome. It looks really awesome. I bet you can cosplay so many cool anime characters. Like, honestly, if I were that way, I would cosplay Orochimaru, honestly. That looks freaking cool.
So, when I was a kid, I got bullied a lot.
Of course, like, little kids are horrible, man.
A ghost, a vampire. Once I started getting older, the bullying turned physical. They started punching me and beating me up.
What?
And one time I even had to go to the hospital. It was so bad. I was bleeding everywhere. What my mom decided to do is she tried to give me a melanin transfer. It gave my hair a little bit more of a tint. It was more gray.
Oh, you can actually do that?
It didn't help at all. So my mom let me dye my hair brown and my skin color. And my eyes, I wore contacts, but that didn't work out too well. So I just...
What kind of contacts? Did you get those from the Halloween store? I'm sorry. The eyes look funny.
Since I looked like a normal person, people didn't bully me. So I went to a different school so no one knew what I looked like. But when I went to high school, there was this one other girl. She was in my middle school, my original middle school. So she knew what I used to look like. She knew I was albino. She had a pool party for her birthday. When I went there, I knew I didn't want to swim since all the foundation and hair dye would probably come out. I decided to just sit there on the poolside and watch my friends. So I remember hearing giggling behind me, and I knew something was up. So I turned around,
not these girls.
and I stood up and said, "What are you guys giggling about?" And they pushed me. When I was in the water, I didn't know what to do. All my foundation was coming off, and I didn't know how to swim. I was drowning. I remember hearing screaming and ambulances.
It looked like you had trouble.
And then I woke up in the hospital.
Holy crap.
My mom hugged me and told me what happened. I was astonished. I'm
so glad you made it.
Anyone would ever do that to me. But I guess some friends just aren't truly friends.
That red hair, yeah, she's the devil, okay? I don't get it. I'll never understand it. Like, especially younger kids, like, why do you have to treat people so bad just because they're different? It's not like it's anyone's fault. I'll never, ever understand it. Don't worry, they'll pay for it, okay? They're gonna fall in a pool one day, watch.
So fast forward to a few years later, everyone knew what I truly looked like. I didn't wear makeup or anything. I went to the store, and I remember one of my friends was with me.
I'm glad you actually had a friend.
Come on, we should go. Someone from school is here. So we walked out, but then they blocked us. They started like cornering us in an alley. I didn't know what to do. They pulled out knives on us.
What?
So I just ran. A few years later,
that's some bad luck.
Moved to my hometown, which is Norway. I went with my cousin.
There's 101 people in Norway.
My cousin also had albinism, so I was known as Ghost Girl, and she was known as Vampire. But I didn't really mind it, because it wasn't like a rude name.
Yeah, it's
kind of
cool.
They were just calling us that. It wasn't mean. They didn't bully us or anything. So I guess that's my story of albinism. If anyone else has albinism, know that you're not alone.
Honestly, I think it looks really cool. I mean, obviously I'm staring at a drawing, but I seen the real pictures too, and I thought, like, that's... People buy contacts to get purple eyes, so to have naturally, like, purplish eyes, like, that would be awesome. Your hair is white, cool. Your eyes are purple, gorgeous. Your skin is white, beautiful. That's what I'm saying. It sounds like your whole school was horrible, like, honestly. I really hope that story was exaggerated, but if it wasn't, that's, like, straight out of gotcha. Like, it's what it sounds like. I really hope, but if it wasn't exaggerated or anything like that, then, like, I'm really sorry. That sucks you had to go through that, but I'm so glad that it all worked out. It's No one should be treated for being different. Come on. Today's scrub of the day goes to Yamiko Art.